Hello, I am Veronica Smith, and these are my Learning Team 318 recommendations. To start off, my IB theme that I'm going to start off with is Who We Are, and the first book that I chose is The Farmer and the Clown. So the theme central idea that I chose for this one is Who Am I? And it is people are unique and belong to many groups. My summary for this one is a clown is separated from the rest of the circus, and a lonely farmer takes him in and takes care of him. This is a book about acceptance, even though the farmer and the clown came from two totally different backgrounds. Teachers can use this book to introduce being unique individuals to the children. They can discuss the importance of how we are to treat others that are not the same as us with love and respect. My next book that I chose for that for the IB theme, Who We Are, was Not Every Princess by Jeffrey and Lisa Bone. And the central idea I chose for this one was Who Am I? People are unique and belong to many groups. My summary for this one is this is a concept book about different common stereotypes that are in the world and how we can change them. It shows children that they can be whatever they put their hearts to. It encourages children to use their imagination and also gives a note to parents and caregivers of children from the authors on how to challenge stereotypes and gender roles. Teachers can use this book to discuss the importance of using their own imaginations to express their feelings. Having the children draw, create their own characters, and make their own book is one way to show their imagination. So that's Not Every Princess. My next book, I went on to the next topic and the IB theme, which was where we are in time and place. And I chose We Rhymes, and the central idea that I chose for this one was then and now, some things change and some things stay the same. So my summary for this one is a collection of Mother Goose poems along with original poems written by Jane Yolen and illustrated by Jane Dyer. This book of poems describes the special moments throughout the baby's day, from waking up to playing to bedtime. It will bring back the memories of your childhood. Teachers can use this book of poems to introduce poetry to young children, introduce finger plays, and teach children to love reading. My next book that I chose was Tales Our Abuelita's Toad, and this is in the category for the IB theme, How We Express Ourselves. I chose the central idea, What's the Story? And stories are used to remember people and events. This book is by Alma Flora Ada and is a book of short stories passed on from generation to generation and told from culture to culture, with different versions teaching life lessons and morals. Teachers can use this book to introduce the theme of folk tales. The children can put on a skit to act out the stories and apply them to their lives. Puppet shows can also be great ways to become involved with the stories. The next book that I did in that same category of the IB theme, How We Express Ourselves, was Nana in the City. And I did the central idea, More Than Language. People use a variety of ways to share thoughts and ideals. So my summary for this one, a young boy visits his Nana in the city and discovers a new way to look at the things he didn't like before. He learns to be courageous and enjoy the things life has to offer. Teachers can use this book to encourage children who are afraid of many things. They can make capes for the dramatic play area for children to put on whenever they're feeling down or scared about something and need a little courage and encouragement. My next book that I also used in that same category of how we express ourselves was Freda, written by Jonah Winter. And the central idea that I chose for this one was, What's the Story? Stories are used to remember people and events. And my summary for this one. This is a biography of the famous artist Freda Kahlo, written in simple terms for children to understand. It tells of the life and hardships Freda had to go through as a young child and young adult growing up. It shows her courage, strength, and fight to live her life. Teachers can use this book to introduce art, culture, and different languages to the children. They can use this as a way to show children how to express their feelings through painting. And then my last book that I chose for the IB theme, Sharing the Planet, and then the central ideal I chose was fur, feathers, or scales. Animals are a part of the living world. And then my summary for this one is, in this counting picture book, Light is by Steve Light. He uses his illustrations to bring to life the city life, and what we can assume is New York City, based on his sketches of tall buildings, Chinatown, the busy city, all of the taxis, and of course the fact that he lives in New York City to look for a lost dragon. His use of counting throughout the book helps children learn how to count. He uses black and white sketches, but each item you are searching for are colored. Teachers can discuss color, compare and contrast the city they live in versus New York City, or even use this book as a search and find book. This book has many different uses for children at a young age and can still be fun. My part 2, I chose the theme of the IB theme, Who We Are, and inquiry into I'm sorry, I can't say that word, into the nature of the self, beliefs and values, personal, physical, mental, social, and spiritual health, human relationships, including families, friends, community, and cultures, and rights and responsibilities, and what it means to be human. The central ideals that I chose were you and I, people are alike and different. Who am I? People are unique and belong to many groups. I recommended it for the age group pre-K. And then my books the poetry collection, the 2 that I did was A Tickle Song and This Little Pig. I did Not Every Princess for book number 2. Book number 3, I did Nana in the City. And then book number 4, I did Freda. And then my response plan to tie them all together was children can paint pictures using colors to make them happy. I used to compare and contrast the different children in the books. I used the one that children can use their imaginations to make illustrations of different things. And then children can create their own image of superheroes or princesses by their own illustrations. And then you can have the children in the group and they can tell something they're afraid of, and the rest of the class can brainstorm ways not to be afraid of it. So that is my Journal 17. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I did it right. And I just wanted to say that I've enjoyed this class, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thanks.